This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my ranking of the 8 greatest Christmas characters. I am not including Santa Claus or Jesus Christ since they are so associated with the holiday. I feel like it is unfair to put them on there because clearly they will be numbers 1 and 2. And instead, I'm going to look at these other ones. I'm also only looking at original Christmas characters created for Christmas stories, so characters like Charlie Brown or Clark Griswold, who have had their own Christmas movies or specials, will not be considered for this list. And this was actually a really hard list to put together because once you go to this criteria, it's just so many characters are removed. And once I get to that, there's just a few holiday movies I love to watch, and not everyone is truly able to make it onto it. But let's begin with a few honorable mentions of characters that I do not think fully deserve to make it onto this list, but wouldn't fit on another list I'm considering doing, which is more minor characters. So with it, I'm going to toss in Cousin Mel from Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, and that's just because she is such a ridiculous character that I really wanted to just at least give her a little shout out here. I also want to mention the assassin from Batman. He's a fun character. And basically, all of the kids in the Polar Express, specifically the main three. But yeah, that's just the people I wanted to mention that I feel like deserve a mention, but I feel like weren't truly iconic enough, at least in my opinion, to make it onto this list. At number 8 is Mrs. Claus. And the main reason she's at number 8 is because she's usually just there in the background of the movie, and the only movie where she's truly at the forefront is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And with it, she is definitely iconic and definitely deserves to be on this list. But with how little she's been used, at least in the stuff that I have watched, I don't think I could justify putting her any higher than number 8. At number 7 is Ebenezer's Scrooge, and although I never fully watched any version of A Christmas Carol, I still think that he's a really iconic holiday character, and I really respect him as a character, and definitely think he deserves to be on this list. And it's a pretty low spot on this list, but that's mainly because I've never really fully watched or read A Christmas Carol, but I still think he deserves to be on this list, and it's still a great Christmas character. Going on to number 6, we have Yukon Cornelius, and he is honestly just a really fun character. He does a great job in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where he goes and really helps everyone, and he is a really interesting character, and he's a character that I think just barely makes it onto the list in terms of being a main character because I feel like he's right at the borderline, but I think he's more of a main character than he is a minor character, so that's why I put him on this list. At number 5 is Frosty the Snowman. And Frosty the Snowman, he truly is iconic. He's a character from both from the song and a few different animated specials. And with it, I definitely think he deserves to be on here. He's He's a really great character, and I really enjoy Frosty. I always like watching the movie every year, and that's the main reason he makes it this high on the list. At number four, and just outside of the top three, is the conductor from the Polar Express. And I honestly love this movie. It's really a iconic movie to me, and with it, I was basically watching it just for such a long time with my childhood. Around Christmas time, I didn't even realize it came out while I was alive, so I thought it was a little bit of an older movie when I was younger, and it's just one of those little things where you're just so surprised that a movie's a lot newer than you thought it was. I had sort of the same reaction to the Star Wars prequels. I thought those films were a lot older, but they really weren't. But yeah, honestly, the conductor of the Polar Express, I just really like him. He is such a cool character. Tom Hanks does a great job voicing him, and I honestly, it's just a character I really love from the Polar Express. Now moving into the top three. At number three is the Grinch, but this Grinch is specifically the version from the original Dr. Seuss book and the original Christmas special that aired however long ago. I am not considering the versions played by Jim Carrey, Benedict Cumberbatch, and the one from the Mean One this year. Although I've not seen the Mean One or the Illumination version, but it's Illumination, so they haven't made anything good since this first Despicable Me. So I'm honestly not even bother watching that. But yeah, honestly, the Grinch is he's just such an iconic Christmas character. He has just such a great song with him also, which kind of helps him with this. But yeah, honestly, such a great character. He has such a great story, a great change of heart, and he truly is so iconic that he definitely deserves to be at third place. At second place is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I really love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as a Christmas special. And of all the Christmas specials, it's definitely my favorite. Really love the story in it, and his journey is pretty great. Really just love everything with him, and I think just all the different things he's gone through truly is interesting, and I really, as it's said, really love the story, but that's really all to say about Rudolph. Now let's move on to number one. At number one is Buddy the Elf, and Buddy the Elf is such a fun character. I really do love Elf as a movie, and he has just so many great scenes. Such a fun and just original character. I truly just love Buddy the Elf as a character, and honestly, besides Santa, who I would put next, and then Jesus, who I would put at first, then with them being, as I said, exceptions to this list because they would obviously of people related around Christmas. Some of these definitely being real people, and some that are depicted in movies and specials and stuff, with others just being full works of fiction. It's definitely interesting, but Buddy the Elf of everyone is definitely my favorite, and he's such a fun character. But I want to know what you think, with the exception of, well, obviously Santa and Jesus, who are the eight most iconic and best Christmas characters in your opinion. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.